You probably already know that Santorini gets very crowded in July and August. But what about June and September? Is it as crowded? And what about the weather and the sea temperature? There are many factors that will determine what's the best month for you to come, and that's exactly what this video is about. Hey guys, welcome to Santorini Explained. My name is Sebastian, I'm a tour guide here in Santorini, and today we're figuring out which month you should come to Santorini. Alright, let's start with the crowd problem. I'm very sorry to tell you that Santorini gets very packed, not only in July and August, but also in June and September. So if your main priority is to see Santorini without the crowds, it's either until May or from October. Now, if you don't have this flexibility and you will come during the congested months from June to September, there's still ways to avoid the crowds. And I made an entire video on that about all sorts of tips to avoid the crowds. You can find it right here. As far as temperatures are concerned, here's a graph of the average temperatures throughout the year. Now, don't let those temperatures deceive you. 26 degrees in Santorini can easily feel like 35. So if you don't handle the heat too well, try to avoid July and August. Also, generally, if you plan to spend a lot of time visiting villages or anything else which is not on or close to the water or doesn't have AC, well, in that case, ideally don't come in July and August because it's going to be really hot outside. By the way, you can also see on this graph that May and October still have very decent weather. So avoiding the big crowds doesn't necessarily mean you have to come when it's cold and rainy. Now, what about the sea temperature in case you want to swim? Well, here's another graph. As you can see, June all the way to October and even November are the best months for swimming. May, however, won't be your best option unless you don't mind swimming in 19 degrees water. The last factor for you to consider in order to know which month to come to Santorini are the prices. Prices in Santorini will be the highest between mid-June and mid-September, with an additional peak between mid-July and mid-August. The remaining time frame between the start of April and the end of October is the shoulder season, with prices halfway between high season and off-season. November to March is the off-season, with the prices at their lowest, usually 50% lower than the high season. So, what's the conclusion to all of this? When should you come to Santorini? Well, one, if July and August are the only months you can come, try to come either during the first half of July or the second half of August in order to avoid this price surge we just saw. Two, if you're on a budget, definitely try avoiding June, July, August, September. This will make you save a lot of money. Three, if you want to have a more cultural stay, visiting villages for instance, or the archaeological sites, don't come during July and August, it's going to be too hot. Four, if you're very flexible time-wise, then come either in May or October. You will see Santorini in a much more authentic way, less crowds, and the weather is still very good. There is a difference though between those 2 months, May and October, which I want you to be aware of. October is better for swimming because the sea is still hot from the summer. May, on the other hand, is not good for swimming because the water is still cold, but the days are much longer than in October, which is very nice. Alright, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a like. If you want to know what tours I run here as a tour guide, you can check out my Instagram page. And I will leave you now with this video, which I already mentioned previously. It gives you all kind of tricks to avoid the crowds, even in July and August. Alright, that's it for me. I hope you liked it. See you in the next one. Bye.